Alright, Gears Tactics. I don't know what kind of drugs Microsoft was taking in order to think this was a good idea, but I definitely want some too, because like, holy shit. Let's take this fast-paced, action, third-person shooter that's ridiculously violent and make it into a slow, more methodical, turn-based tactics game. Like, who thought that was a smart idea? Like, that's definitely what I was thinking when I'm sawing my enemies in half like I'm some steroid-filled Tonka truck of a man, is that, man, I really wish this was like more slow and thought out and methodical. No, I fucking don't. My brain isn't working when I'm doing that shit. I'm just violently mashing buttons and blowing shit up. It's the whole point of the game. But anyway, the game starts out pretty good. The cutscenes are really, really nice. The game looks absolutely beautiful. Everything's very immaculate, pristine, clear cut. But then in the first 2 minutes of the cutscene, there's a clipping issue. And like, it's not a big deal clipping issues or anything like that. But this is a AAA title, and it's a game taking a risk, jumping genres to a different time. And it's in the pre-rendered cutscene. It's not like it's an in-game cutscene where I would understand it. It makes sense, like, oh, okay, yeah, that happens all the time. But this is a pre-rendered, I can't stress that enough, pre-rendered cutscene that they made. They had to watch this thing, and there's a clipping issue. Like, if that isn't foreshadowing for how lazy as fuck this game is, then I don't know what foreshadowing is. Because, like, holy fuck. What are you doing? The trailer really tells the story, but in the exact opposite way that they want it to. You can recruit soldiers, except for the fact that the soldiers can't get injured or taken from your roster for any reason other than the fact of their gruesome death, which means that once you get to about 8 extra characters, there's no real reason to recruit anymore, but they continually give you them until you get about 26 extra characters that you're just fucking not using. They're just sitting in your inventory, like, just twiddling their thumbs. There's 150 skills to unlock. But that sounds great, but the experience gain comes to a grinding halt after about level 3, so much so to the fact that the 4 main characters that I have to use in almost every mission by the end of the game were only level 6. That's like 12 skills. Woo. There's a 40+ hour campaign. Yeah, because you guys made the side missions mandatory. I can't skip them. I have to do your fucking side missions. And that's absolutely fucking stupid. You can't call them side missions if they're mandatory. A side mission is something that I choose to do. I didn't choose to do these fucking quests. You're making me. You know what a mission is that you have to do in order to further the plot? That's a main mission. All of them are main missions. And they put these side quests in between every other main mission, so it just fucking stretches the game out to 40+ hours because it's filled with more goddamn filler than fucking Naruto wearing a weighted blanket in the middle of a fucking Oreo factory. It's ridiculous. The rewards are abundant and customization is everywhere. Yeah, the rewards are so fucking abundant that you get so many awesome loot things that you can deck out literally every single 26 characters that you have with like the best purple gear, and you'll still have some left over. So after a while, it just gets kind of pointless fucking collecting it. It's like, I have everything. I don't fucking need another one. And then the customization is a joke. Like, you can barely customize anything at all. You can't customize their gender. You can't customize their face. You can't customize their voices. All you can customize is their hair and the color. Oh, and you can also give them tattoos, which you immediately cover with fucking armor. And you can change the color and the sheen of the armor from metal covered in shit to slightly shinier metal covered in shit. And then also you can change the colors to make them look like fucking clowns, so it makes the serious tone of the game come to a grinding halt because everybody looks like a bunch of fucking rainbow characters. And then the final thing is, they're like, hey look, no microtransactions. And it says something about where we are in the video game industry that they have to use that as a selling point. You shouldn't have to say that. You should just fucking not put them in there. The fact that they're like, hey look, we're not being dicks and trying to charge you more money for things that should be free after you already spent $60 on our game to get some cosmetics or some fucking bullshit loot crate system is just ridiculous. That's like putting doesn't explode anymore on all of the cars in a used car sales lot. You shouldn't have to say that. I don't need to know these things. Just don't fucking put them in there. You're not gonna get good PR by saying that you didn't put any loot crates in the game. Just don't put them in. Like, fucking don't. It doesn't work like that. And I could go on and on about this game, which I will. To give this game its credit, it has all the quintessential Gears stuff. The violent weapons, the old school enemies, the body parts, more body parts flying around than in Joe Exotic Zoo. But it's not a Gears game. Like, Gears fans wouldn't really enjoy this type of genre of game. It's very slow and methodical, and Gears games are fast-paced and button mashing and not using your brain and just violently destroying things. It's not that. It's a tactics game. So, as a tactics fan, it's not that great of a tactics game. It's got the same 5 missions on 3 different maps, and you have to repeat them over and over and over again until it just becomes boring and monotonous. It's like, I don't understand how they thought that was going to be enjoyable. Like, I would understand it if they made the side missions not mandatory, but they didn't. And so you have to continually do these same missions on these same maps over and over again. And the story is so fucking mind-numbingly predictable and stupid that even the main characters at the end of the game didn't give a shit. And spoiler alert, spoilers, so if you're gonna play this game, I'm gonna ruin the ending of the game, which you're gonna figure out in the first 10 seconds. Either way, spoiler. But, so, at the very end, when you finally kill the main bad guy, and you have the chance to confront the dude that sent you on the mission that at some point tries to kill you, your main character, Diaz, just says, nah, fuck it, I'm just gonna live off the land. Like they fucking won the war or something. Which they didn't, obviously. They just killed one dude, and there's still shit going on because this is a prequel, so there's more there's 6 Gears games after this, but they won the war, so we're just gonna give up and go fucking live off the land. It's so stupid. It just doesn't make sense at all. I really wanted to like this game. I loved the Gears franchise, or at least the first 3 games anyway, and I love tactics games. Tactics games are my shit. I fucking love XCOM, Into the Breach, any of those really awesome tactics games are so good, and it's just not good in either parts. It's just bad. And like, I even at some points I saw some glitches. Like at one point my character was running and he got shot in the middle of him running, and so he floated off into space and I had to restart the entire mission. Or characters would just die and then stand there all rigid and wouldn't actually die. They would just stand there. Or textures would fail to load and then they would become like weird glitches or colors that are hurting my eyes. And yeah, I'm sure they could probably fix that with a patch or something, but it's just sad to see the lack of polish in a AAA franchise game like this. Like, this is a big game. This is one of the games that really sold the Xbox besides Halo, was Gears of War, and they're just kind of fucking shitting on it. Like, if the Gears franchise wasn't getting desperate before, they sure as fuck are now. And it's just sad to see how fucking lame this game is because I really wanted to like it. But yeah, like, I mean, that's my thoughts on the game. I would say it's like a 2 out of 10, maybe 3 out of 10 at most. I wouldn't recommend anybody buy this game at full price. If you have Game Pass, then I would highly recommend maybe trying it on Game Pass for the first few hours, or if it's on like a good deep sale, then yeah. But otherwise, don't fucking bother. There's so many other games that do this way better than this game does. Like, Chimera Squad from XCOM just recently came out. Play that. It's $10. Play that. It's so much better. The story is so much more engaging, and just the gameplay is more fun. It's not monotonous and repetitive. Just, I don't know, man. But yeah, that's my thoughts on this game. I hope you enjoyed. If you played the game and you agree or you disagree, let me know in the comments. Tell me I suck, whatever. And you guys have a good day, alright? Peace.